Hello YouTube. Today we'll be taking a look at Ikahurula's Ikahurula. Fuck if I know what his name is. We'll be taking a look at Ika's mod, RLBS Skeletons. This mod is a combination of his robotic limb-based skeletons. This one wraps all of his skeleton mods into a neat little package and adds a total of 12 new skeletons to the world of Kenshi. Using textures and color swaps on those textures of the base game skeleton textures, the models are completely new in many regards. Given this is a race mod and not that big, we can sort through the entire list of changes strictly on additions without needing to worry too much about changes. In the background, I'll have a bunch of clips playing of the skeletons fighting that line up with the races we're talking about. On screen, I'll also throw up some stats. Race editions. Each main race edition has 3 versions with a Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3 versioning. Each one of these sub-races of the main race group has their own stats and bonuses along with their negatives. While not listed on the main page on screen now, you can see me clicking the links back to the original mods upload on the mod page to view the stats. As a tidbit here, and not totally to pad out the time, I'll also include some changes I made to them in Genesis, which people may find interesting as well, and other modders may be inspired to follow along with. First up, we have the ILA-M Skeletons. Based off the ILA lifter arms in-game, these guys are meant to be more about attacking, laboring, and engineering. Now, balance-wise, their stats, like the rest of the races, are not entirely cohesive, but they do focus around this core aspect across the 3 versions. Heavy negatives towards range and turret work, they're clearly meant to be laboring and base defense gate guard type bots. Now, I did like the general premise here with the robots in Genesis, so I ended up keeping the laboring engineering theme and made them straight upgrades of the MK1 vanilla skeletons. Strength bonuses, stuff like that, etc. I did, however, balance out the negatives here, as if they are straight upgrades, they didn't make too many sense, so in Genesis they don't have wild negatives. SLM skeletons based off the scout legs in game. These guys are not only incredibly visually distinct given their rabbit-like appearance, they are fast as well. Throw on some Masterwork scout legs and you have a skeleton that more often than not is a pain to use in vanilla Kenshi without 100 performance mods due to how fast it moves. This skeleton is balanced around a very obvious stat, and that is of course athletics. But they also have a surprising boost in swimming, which they don't swim, and other movement-based skills like dodge and dexterity. Again, following the general idea for Genesis, something that bothered me was these guys seem less thematic and more along the lines of quote-unquote another skeleton. So I took this to the extreme. In Genesis, these guys are practically untouchable. Fast as hell, but they collapse after a hit or two. They are glass cannons, but they are meant to run in and out of battlefields and across the map. They make excellent field medics and repair robots, even in the original mod. KLR-M Skeletons. These guys are beefy, slow, but beefy. Walking walls of high HP, they have defense bonuses and increased toughness, but a slight downside in speed. Meant to be a walking veritable fortress, they provide a lot of breathing room when they enter the battle. With most of their health hovering around low to mid 300s, these guys will take longer and longer to take down as they level up. The change I made here for Genesis was basically take this again to the extreme. Not only are they slow, but they can't be carried in Genesis anymore. They do, however, now auto-heal and have an increased heal rate, making them easier to get back on their feet in a fight if needed. STM Skeletons. Given their appearance and their general theme pursued here, you guys should have a decent idea of what's next with these bug-looking boys. That's right, martial... It's stealth. They look stealthy. They are stealthy. It's stealth. Following the same themes as the other skeletons, these guys are based off of the stealth legs and the thief arms. A 2-for-1, they boast an incredible increase of dex, katanas, thievery, and stealth as core components to their design. Another visually distinct models, these guys are obviously modeled around the appearance of bugs. One change I had to make with these guys, given how busted stealth can be in vanilla, was much like ILA speedsters from before, I wanted to give these guys an incredible stealth bonus, but to make them weak. So again, you have another glass cannon type in Genesis. This clearly defines an archetype they were meant to play, as these guys in Genesis are near impossible to see with the right gear, even in broad daylight at low level, but they do crumple if they get hit. They're not meant to be in your face in battles like the rest of the skeletons. I know this was a super short video, but thank you everyone for watching. As always, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you have any questions, ask below and leave a comment. If you are curious about more mods, check out the Mod Mondays playlist on my channel. If that piques your interest, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you everyone. I am Atlas and I am out.